Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Chicago Cubs going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in, Joey Votto.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the pillars of this lineup, and when you have a guy like that that's so consistent and so productive, you want to make sure you can do whatever you can to get him to the plate. Get him as many at-bats as you can in a ball game. If you do that, you got a really good chance of scoring a lot of runs.
All right, just about set to go on the hill and coming off a great start, Luke Weaver. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
All right, ready to get underway. And here is Trey Turner. And a pitch. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And makes the grab. And there's one down.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 11.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Homered last night. Added another hit as well.
For a small guy to hit over 30 home runs, and he's still not done yet. That is extremely impressive.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Center field. Allen pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Batting third, the right fielder, Giancarlo.
Here's Stanton now, hitting a ton of homers this year, second most in the National League. First offering misses the mark. And a pitch. That one is upstairs.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I've noticed they've been pitching him hard inside, and the key is if you're going to make a mistake, you got to make it off the dish. If it leaks out over the plate with this kind of power, you'll be asking for a new baseball.
And a 2-1 on the way. Swinging a foul straight back. At the belt and fires. And now the count filled up 3-2.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Want to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing. That high fastball, you have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
3-2 now. And a ground ball to first. Oh, look at the stop. The flip to the pitcher covering. Out number 3. It's the Cubs 0 with the Reds coming up to hit. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. And our pitcher in this game, Joe Ryan.
Yeah, Bogey had the swing and miss stuff working last time out. Had 10 punch outs. So much fun to watch. That's if you're on the defensive side, not as a hitter. We'll see today if he can bring the same type of result.
Bottom of the first. Now here is Randy Arozarena.
The designated hitter, Randy Arozarena.
The pitch. Ball one, no strikes. Ryan, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a splitter, a curve, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. And the 1-0. And there's a ball.
2-0.
And the pitch. That one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. The wind and the pitch. And he walked him.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Jay Allen, the next to hit for the Reds. And that's too high. A Rosarena on at first, nobody out. Next offering is fouled back.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Kicks and fires. Rolled over to third. Over to Turner for one. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Batting third, the catcher, Tyler Stevenson.
Next for Cincinnati, Tyler Stevenson. Carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. That one's in there, 0-1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Home run number 20 on the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Base is empty, 1 away. And the batter now is Joey Votto. Looking for better results than last night. He went 0 for 4. Way high. Two balls, no strikes to count. Ryan, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. Guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Next one misses, 3-1. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
No, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up. One
down, base is empty. On the ground to short. Bichette whips it to first. And Votto is retired.
The left fielder, Jake Fraley.
Here's the left fielder, Jake Fraley. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
He's given up a couple of runs, but the pitch count really not as high as you would think. Might be able to get through this one under 25 pitches.
Next offering is in for a strike. Righty delivers. That's down and in. The 2-1. And that one fouled off. Two and two. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And the inning is over. Cincinnati plates a pair on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
First baseman, Kyle Schwarber.
The pitch. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and that is gone. Kyle Schwarber with a rocket. His 44th home run of the season. It's 2-1.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Rafael Devers up to hit. 4th on the National League home run leaderboard. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Next offering is downstairs. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that.
That one is absolutely belted. Hits the fence. Throws to second. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
The shortstop.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. But there's no play. That's an infield single.
The center fielder, Brian Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds here. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
And the right-hander deals. Swings through that one for strike one.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
The 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the power hitting catcher, William Contreras.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Devers, the runner at third. Bichette over at first with 1 away. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, no strikes.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. There's a strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
2-1 now. Swing and a miss.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
Comes a 2-2. Hit hard. That gets through. In from third is the tying run. We are tied at 2. The tag at third, and he's out.
That's heads-up play right there. The outfielder knowing he has no shot at the runner at home, so comes up trying to cut that runner off at third and does a really nice job. Got to appreciate that.
Joey Meneses, the next Cub to hit. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. In there for strike one. Tied up here in the early going. That one inside, and it's a ball and a strike.
As a veteran out there on the bump, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
Here's a 1-1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And a pitch. Foul ball. The pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. 2 outs. In the dirt. Throw over to Votto, and that is that. They get 2 and draw even again. Now to the bottom of the second. We are tied 2-2. Back here at the ballpark, we head to the bottom of the second, and now Jake Burger. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say.
Well, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he deals. And now 1-2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
The wind of the pitch. And that one missing low. Now all even up. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Next offering misses. Full count now. The line to kick the pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And the righty deals. Good job to fight that one off.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these guys are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
And here it comes. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that puts him just 1 K away from 200 on the year.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And now Chad Pinder went deep in the ball game last night. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Swing and a ball popped up. Bichette under it. And puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2.
Batting 8, the right fielder, Nick.
Now it's the right fielder, Nick Plummer. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Left-hand batter waits. And that's through there for a strike.
This strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
And the 0-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. The pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And now it's filled up.
Okay.
And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Noel V. Marte stands in now and watches strike 1. Oh, 1 down. Popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is the inning. Reds leave 1. Score remains 2-2. Back here in Cincinnati, Trey Turner now.
The second baseman.
Turner measures 6 feet 2 inches, 29 years old, and he won the Silver Slugger at his position in the National League last year. And the right-hander back to work. And a foul ball.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
Here comes the 0-1. Good eye right there. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. Check swing, and that's a ball. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. And that's in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
The 0-1. And that's in for a strike.
0-2.
Righty to the plate.
Bowling.
Swing and a ball popped up. Fair ball.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Got a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Not a bad pitch, but he wasn't fooled or off balance. Stayed on the backside nicely and really just let that thing travel and squared it up.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Ramirez over at first with 1 away. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. And another ball. The 2-1. And a good eye there.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
The 3-1. And strike 2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Kyle Schwarber. He's already homered here in this one. Schwarber, multi-time All-Star, batting in the cleanup spot, a former first-round pick back in 2014. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0.
No strike.
Line drive, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here's Rafael Devers. First pitch just misses. First and second, 2 down. That misses the zone, and the count is 2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swung on, belted. Allen ranging back, still going back. Oh, he can't hang on. 1 run's in. Now the second run is in, and they take a 2-run lead.
Now back,
Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Bichette gets a chance to hit. Reached on an infield single his first time. And that one a little bit high. The 1-0. Just missed. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Runner at second, 2 down. That's in there, and that is strike 2. Man at second.
Oh. 3-2.
Brian Reynolds to bat next. Runner leads away at second. Out towards right center field. Plummer sizes this one up. Great effort as he's able to haul it in, and that'll do it. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 4-2. Major League Baseball is on the show. Set for the bottom of the third. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
The designated hitter, Randy Arozarena.
Ryan back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Well, these Reds showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
And there's a rocket into the outfield, and the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, center fielder.
So digging in, Jay Allen.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
Allen checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. He did not go around. The 1-0. There's a strike. Right-hander kicks, deals.
No.
Pitch misses. 2-1. That one the other way. Tries to get back and save.
Now batting, catcher, Tyler.
And the batter now, Tyler Stevenson. He's already homered in this game. Stevenson, a career batting average over 300. He's been scoring a lot of runs lately. He scored 9 times in the last 10 games. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Inside, just missed.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
2-0. And it's fouled away. The 2-1. Arozarena on the move. Fouled off. He was late. Next offering away upstairs.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Kicks and fires. Stevenson started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, didn't go.
Up next for Cincinnati, the first baseman.
In now for the Reds, Joey Votto. Grounded out to short in his first trip. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Arozarena at second. Stevenson at first. One gone. So 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Double play ball to second, and he can't come up with it. Over to Bichette.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get two. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least one.
Now the left fielder, Jake Fraley. He's 0 for 1. And that's in there for strike one. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And that one finds its way through. Oh, he throws it away.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Jake Berger. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. That one inside. Ball 1. And a pitch. That's in for a strike. Looked like it was a little bit up. And a pitch. And fouled off. Got him swinging for the K. And that's his 200th strikeout of the season.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Welcome back. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Brian Reynolds. The right-hander back to work. Just missed.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Next one is off the plate. Now 2-0.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs, and hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
The 2-0 is in for a strike.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Kicks and deals. Gets a piece and stays alive. Next pitch is downstairs. And the right-hander deals. That one 95 to finish him off.
Well, that was a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with the fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing the off-speed stuff on the pitch before.
Contreras in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable, and that location will definitely do it.
And the 1-0. That one hammered but pulled foul. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
The 1-2. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two now. In the dirt, gets to it, on to first, in time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike. So now the DH spot, Joey Meneses. 0 for 1 so far. First offering misses badly for ball 1. The pitch. The other way. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs, but they hang on to a 1-run lead, 4-3. Ready to go. Bottom four. Chad Pinder now.
The second baseman, Chad Pinder.
The wind of the pitch. That's in there. That's strike one. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it, and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
So up next, Nick Plummer. That one's in there, and that's strike one. Here comes a pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swings through it for the K. Had him out front for strike three.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Next for Cincinnati, Noelvi Marte. Flied out his first time.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Next pitch off the plate. 2-0.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Righty delivers.
Two balls, one strike.
Swing and a miss. And now 2-2.
Fooled on that pitch. Got a little anxious. And now in a 2-strike count, he's going to have to widen out his stance, choke up on the bat, and really make sure he has pitch recognition before pulling the trigger.
Got it by him for the K.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at Great American Ballpark, here's Trey Turner. And the pitch. That misses the zone, and that's ball one. Action in the pen down there. Bennett Sousa, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Farmer, a right-hander, loosening up as well. And that one fouled off. One now. On the ground. Whips it to first. One up, one down.
The left fielder, number 11, Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez digs in now. 1 for 2. And there's a foul ball. And now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's the 0-2. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That misses the zone. Ball 2. Good eye right there.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And the righty deals. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. At the belt and fires. Hit on the ground to the right side. And Ramirez is set down.
Now batting, right fielder, Giancarlo.
The left-hander on now, Brandon Williamson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Williamson.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
No strike.
Check swing, no appeal. Misses off the inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Next offering is fouled back. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Pulls it in on the run. And that will end the inning. And the Cubs are down in order. And it remains a 4-3 game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the Reds DH, Randy Arozarena. The pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
No outs, runner at first. Now it's going to be Jay Allen. Bunted back towards the mound. Fires over to Schwarber, out on the sac bunt.
Now batting, the catcher, Tyler.
In now for the Reds, Tyler Stevenson.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up. As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
First offering, and it just misses. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Kyle Finnegan throwing and getting ready for David Ross. Weiss getting cranked up as well. The pitch. Ground ball to the right side, and it's just foul. That was close. Runner edges away at second, and a foul ball. And the pitch. That one missed.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
The next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Joey Votto up next. Ripped to third and caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, Joey Votto. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Sliced hard but foul. On the ground to Devers. Tosses across the first. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. So one left for Cincinnati. They still trail it here 4-3. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And here's the first baseman, Kyle Schwarber. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And takes low for ball 1. Williamson, in his rookie season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
The wind to kick, the 2-0. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Schwarber out of the play. And there's one away.
Now that first baseman, Rafael.
And here is Devers. First pitch, and he just misses. There's a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
So now 1-2.
1-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now batting.
Bo Bichette, the next Cub to hit. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. First offering misses the mark. And a strike in there. Line drive. And that's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
2 outs, runner at first. Brian Reynolds, the next Cub to hit, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. In there, and it's 0-1. Reynolds, in his 5th season, 28 years old, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. Next one misses. 1-1. The pitch. On the ground, Votto. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 hit is all they get. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Reds 3. And welcome back. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the left fielder, Jake Fraley. The wide to kick the pitch. And ball 1. Next offering is in for a strike. And he deals. Hard liner. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's 1 down.
Now batting. The third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Jake Berger. Ball one, no strikes. Righty to the plate. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Bichette squeezes it. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Now it's the second baseman, Chad Pinder. Bounce back to the mound. On the run, sends it over to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Reds down in order. Score holds at 4-3. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Reds, Buck Farmer. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And now it's William Contreras.
He is a talented player. His big brother Wilson has voiced that his little brother may end up being better than he is.
And a pitch. Just off the inside edge. And there's the strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a strike. Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here it comes. Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
And here's the DH for the Cubs, Joey Meneses. And the first offering is not close. Right-hander kicks, deals. Just missed. Activity in the bullpen. Bennett Sousa loosening up for manager David Bell. The wind of the pitch. And that one is inside.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
And a 4-pitch walk. How big a deal is that walk?
I don't think it's a big deal, because if you pitch to the previous hitter with the power he has, he can hit a home run. I think it was a calculated walk. We'll see how it pays off here.
Turner stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Meneses leads off first with 1 away. That just misses. 2 balls, no strikes to count. kicks and fires. Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Right through there for a strike. Here comes a pitch. Left field. And they get Turner for the out. And there are 2 outs. Throw, and it gets away.
The left fielder, number 11, Jose Ramirez.
And up next for Chicago, Jose Ramirez. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. Pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So
threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. Cubs lead 1, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Back here in Cincinnati, and now the right fielder, Nick Plummer.
The right fielder, Nick Plummer.
Ryan back to work. That one ripped. Nice grab.
Clearly stole a base hit right there. Excellent job. Great athleticism by the shortstop to make that leaping catch to bring it down. It was a line drive headed for the outfield.
Noelvi Marte, the next to hit for the Reds. On the inside corner for a strike. The tying run at the plate. Now 1-1.
1-1.
The 1-1. Slider clips the zone.
99 pitches, about to throw his 100th here in the 7th inning. This is where you really start looking for any signs of fatigue.
Pitch misses there, and it's 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Can't field it cleanly. Throw to first. Gets him. Good job to stay with it there for the second out. So 2 down now, and here is Randy Arozarena. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Just missed. 2-0 is in for a strike.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
That's off the mark. 3-1 now. Jay Allen in the on-deck circle. And there's ball 4.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
Jay Allen will hit next.
Right now they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Ball 1 low.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
The 1-0. Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, catcher, Tyler.
Here's the catcher to hit, Tyler Stevenson. 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer back in the first. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Joe Ryan will depart, and he leaves with the lead after giving them some decent innings. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. Kyle Finnegan will take over here. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Number 67, Kyle Finnegan.
And first offering is fouled off. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Here's the pitch. Both runners on the move. That's in for a strike. Throw to third. Out. And that will end the inning.
When you get thrown out at third with 2 outs, you kind of want to keep on running. Not a great decision there as it ends the inning.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Bennett Sousa.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Bennett Sousa.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
And a pitch. And there's a ball. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Alexis Diaz, the young right-hander, up and throwing. The lefty, the 1-0. And that's outside. The pitch.
3 balls, no strike.
Inside corner at the knees for a strike. And the pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Leading off the Cubs,
Kyle Schwarber, the next Cub to hit. First pitch, not close.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Stanton aboard here at first with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Boots it, 1 at second, and he'll hold on to it, so they get 1.
the batter, the third baseman, Rafael
Devers now. And first offering is fouled off. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Lined, and that's a base hit. The throw is wild, and it gets away.
the batter.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Now at the plate, Bo Bichette. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
That misses. Ball 1. The pitch. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. And now 2-1.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
At the belt and fires. Hard hit left side. Quickly to second for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Bottom of the 8th, and now the catcher comes up to him. Tyler
The
Stevenson.
catcher, Tyler Stevenson.
Jordan Hicks taking over on the mound.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
The pitch. Strike one. And the 0-1. That one fouled off. Oh, 0-2 now. Slider misses outside. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Zach Jackson throwing and getting ready for David Ross. Weiss getting loose as well. To the right side. Turner with the throw to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Votto in the box now. Takes strike one.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
The 0-1. This to third, and it goes just foul. On a line. And in one hops the wall. Reynolds hustles to get it in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
So a change being made out at second. Here's the pinch runner for Cincinnati, Nick Solak.
Number 16.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Jake Fraley. 1 for 3. And a strike. And 2 as he waves at that one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Oh, and 2 now. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Ramirez in pursuit. Tracks it down for the out. 2 down. Now the third baseman, Jake Berger. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Strike 2.
No signs of wavering on the mound here in the 8th. He's looking rock solid so far.
Man at second. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 0-2. And just misses with that one.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Here's a 1-2. In the air, left field. That one's carrying. And he brings it into the warning track. No runs, one hit, a double, no errors, and one man left. Through 8 full, it's the Cubs 4 and the Reds 3. So coming into the game now on defense, Nick Solak. He takes over as the new first baseman. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Alexis Diaz.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Brian Reynolds.
The center fielder, Brian Reynolds.
The wind and the pitch. And downstairs, Diaz. In his second season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a 2-seamer. The wind and the pitch. In the air to left down the line. Fraley racing, makes the catch.
Now batting, catcher, William Contreras.
Here's the catcher, William Contreras. And that one off the outside edge. Bullpen activity starting up now. Ronaldo Lopez loosening up for manager David Bell. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Next offering is in for a strike. And the right-hander deals. In the air to left center. Allen on the move. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Joey.
2 outs, base is empty. Joey Meneses, the next Cub to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
In the air out towards right center. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint. And that's the inning. Nothing doing here this half. Bottom part of the order. 7-8-9. 2 up in inning number 9. It's the Cubs 4 and the Reds 3. Back here at the ballpark, here's the second baseman, Chad Pinder.
The second baseman, Chad Pinder.
The pitch. And that's in for a strike. Next pitch downstairs, and that is ball 1. And misses inside. Looking to get the tying run on base. And a foul ball. Right-handed reliever on the ground. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Leadoff man aboard on the error, and that puts your pitcher in a little bit of a tough spot right away to start the inning. Not where you want to be. So we'll see if he's able to work around it and pick the defense up.
Substitution now at first base. Pinch running here. Stuart Fairchild.
Number 57. Stuart.
No outs. Runner at first. Next for Cincinnati, Nick Plummer. Zach Jackson takes over on the mound. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh.
Number 61. Zach Jackson.
First pitch just misses.
All season long, he's racked up a number of saves, and sometimes the adrenaline doesn't get high enough until there's a runner or two on base.
The next pitch misses, and now 2-0. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Ryan Weiss appears to be getting loose. That misses. 3 balls, no strikes.
Just about gives his skipper a heart attack, but that's where he functions best.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, no outs. In now for the Reds, Noelvi Marte.
Oh, there's a reason why he's at the bottom of the order. Struggling as of late, but a knock here would be a huge lift for him and for his team.
And that bunted towards third. And he grabs it in foul ground.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it. But this is where they earn their keep.
Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike. And the count is 0-2. And the righty deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Randy Arozarena.
Well, if he gets the save here, he's going to have earned it. Just getting through this hitter is going to be a challenge enough.
That one's in there. Strike 1. Big spot, tying and winning runs aboard with 1 down. And it's 1-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
The 1-1. Swings through that one. Kicks and deals. Just missing there. 2-2.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Next one just misses. And that's ball 3. Jay Allen on deck for Cincinnati. Tying run in scoring position here in the last half of inning number 9. Got him! Back-to-back strikeouts. So it's their last chance in this one. Next to hit, Jay Allen. Trying to deliver as the hero. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Two on, 2 outs. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1. There's a strike. Just 1 strike away. Just outside. And the count's even at 2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Next pitch is popped up. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs hold on to win a nail-biter, stranding the winning run on base.
Well, all you want is a chance going to that final frame. They got some base runners, had the tying run at second, the winning run at first, just couldn't come through with the big hit. On the other side, nice job to battle through it, close out the win.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 4 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. They left 6 men on base. For the Reds, 3 runs, 6 hits. No errors. They left 9 runners on base.